At Rad AI, we are the leading artificial intelligence solution inside radiology, touching over 60% of radiologists in the United States, across thousands of different centers and groups. We have a very significant background in AI, being the first generative AI type solution released way back in 2019, long before it was called Gen AI. That's our impression solution, and it's really where we got started, which is automating that bottom third of the radiology report, so that the radiologists are able to work through the day a bit faster with less cognitive load. Based on request, we expanded into a complete reporting solution, which is what makes this partnership particularly dynamic, because that complete reporting solution provides the ability for the radiologist to naturally interact with this type of information, using AI to enable the entire flow. So with that, I'll actually give a view of what it looks like. This is going to be our reporting interface that you're going to see in a second here. So the user interface right there. This is a previously dictated report. I don't want to waste everybody's time going through a dictation right now. But if you look here, focal nodular hyperplasia was already underlined as part of that dictation process. From there, the radiologist is able to click on it, use a voice command to interact with it. And there's a couple different ways it can go. You can either view differentials or ask the companion a little bit more detailed information. This is what the differentials view looks like. And if you look at this information, this is relevant studies, relevant articles, codified, again, made very actionable for point of care interaction for the radiologist, and put directly into the view of the reporting solution. All of this is what's powered by RSNA Ventures. This information is coming from those high impact trusted journal articles. You can also add a citation to the relevant article that was being referenced by you as a radiologist during your interpretation. All of those differentials are right there. The markings, the relevant pieces, within the interface, really easy to interact with, and increase that confidence of differential diagnosis that the radiologists go through. Now, the next piece is a bit more of a robust integration. This is looking at not just can I see differentials and understand what's going on, but leveraging the companion, which knows the context of the report. So this knows that there was a liver injury already documented within the report, but leverage the companion to ask about different information. So from here, you can use a voice command, or you could, of course, dictate something. In this case, we're going to really quickly click on that because that was already brought up as one of the suggestions. And from there, you can see the AAST liver injury scale. Really easy to interact with and probe for a little bit more information off of this. So you could pull out the scale based on the information within the report, or specifically what you already have put in there. How's this going to be categorized? Where does this fall within that AAST liver injury scale? Which is great because it's able to leverage artificial intelligence to identify what information is most appropriate to pull out and then put that directly into the interface. Now, the really exciting part is being able to then also correlate that with the information from RSNA and RSNA Ventures directly embedded into that point of care. So actually seeing the markings, if there's relevant Hounsfield units of consideration, all that kind of stuff directly within the view of the radiologist. So really not having a divorced or segmented workflow where you're doing a lot of interactions, but instead a really finely tuned and tailored workflow for the radiologists as they're going through this.